The Audi A6 Avant looks like a complete jack of all trades. It's sophisticated to drive, it's exclusive to look at, it's spacious inside, and it's even cheap to run if you pick the right engine. But is it really that much of an all-rounder? Well, here is Motor1's guide to the things we like, the things we don't like, and the best specification when making your choice. Unless you go for the full-fat 4-litre V8 S6 or RS6 model, the A6 is only available with diesel motors. Either a 2-litre diesel like this one, or there's a 3-litre diesel with a couple of power outputs on offer. There are lots of things to like about this 2-litre motor. It'll be pretty economical in the real world, and you can have it with this excellent 7-speed dual-clutch automatic gearbox, which works very well and makes the car feel properly gutsy yet effortless to drive smoothly. It's all the more impressive how well the A6 drives, given that it's a bit of a geriatric in this class, really. I'd give this car a year maximum before it disappears from sale altogether and is replaced with a shiny new version. And yet it steers really nicely, the engine's great. To be honest, it's pretty much on a par even with the newer engines in rivals like the 5 Series Touring. It even rides pretty well, although this is an S-Line model on standard suspension, which is actually a bit firm in some respects. The canny buyers among you will know that because this is an old car, that does often mean that you can get really good deals, and that is just the case with the A6. It took me all of about 30 seconds to find out that you can get £6,000 off one of these if you go for finance through the official Audi dealer. So just think what you can get off if you go into a dealer and haggle a bit. Finance costs are really low as well. You're talking about way more than £100 less per month than its immediate rivals. And company car tax is still very competitive, but you are getting a much older car than you would if you went for the BMW 5 Series, which will cost much the same on monthly tax bills. Clearly, this is the Avant model and it will do the family wagon duties very well. The powered boot lid is standard, as are the lashing eyes and the rails in here, and it's generally a good size and shape. A BMW 5 Series or Mercedes E-Class are both a bit bigger though, so it does lose points on that front. Now, we've already mentioned that the A6 is an old car, and the only place that it really shows that is in its interior. That's not to say it's a bad interior, because it's very comfortable, and actually it feels very solidly put together. Plus, you do get most of the kit and the infotainment stuff that you would want as standard. However, it's just in the details, the graphics on the sat-nav, the little readout by the aircon controls, the dials, it just feels a bit old. It's the only area in this car where you get in and you just think, yeah, do you know what? This is definitely feeling its age compared to its rivals. The Audi A6 Avant is still a really solid choice in the estate car class. If you can live with that slightly dated looking interior, then you can certainly get really good deals and you'll have a really lovely car. You get loads of equipment even on entry-level SE Executive, which is the trim that we would go for. Quattro is optional on the 2-litre diesel or standard on the rest of the range, but this front-drive 2-litre diesel Ultra is really all you need. It's got a nice bite to the steering, loads of grip, and it just handles really nicely, although the S-Line trim does handle slightly firmly if you don't add the adaptive suspension. And yes, if you're a company car buyer, then the A6 is tricky to justify. It's going to cost roughly the same on company car tax as the better and newer BMW 5 Series. Plus, there's no hybrid or even a moderate petrol engine in the A6 range. Even so, go for a simple 2-litre TDI Ultra in SE Executive and you're getting a lovely car that's practical, comfortable and a pleasure to do big miles in, and that promises to be cheaper to buy or finance than its direct rivals. You won't need to add many options. You can get heated seats with electric lumbar adjustment on SE Executive, leather upholstery and front and rear parking sensors to name but a few of the standard bits and pieces. However, if you're buying a big estate like this, you've probably got kids and you have to pay extra to add rear side airbags, so tick that box. And while the tech pack is pricey, it does bring a bigger sat-nav screen, colour LED drivers readout and online functions. Standard colours are black or white. White looks pretty cool and saves you quite a bit over some of the metallic paints. However, the metallic glacier white looks particularly sharp if you really want something with a bit more visual impact than the standard greys and blues. Do you agree with what we've said? Maybe you like the A6, maybe you don't. Leave us a comment in the section below, and don't forget to click like if you like the video and hit subscribe while you're there as well.